Up YouTube, just to give you a little bit more of an introduction, I'm going to show you pipes, the pipes I've made, the process that I use, and yeah, here we go. So pipes are generally made out of a burl, which is the knobby part or the root of a tree. There's a specific tree in the Mediterranean, and that's what briar comes from. Briar is that tree in the Mediterranean. So generally speaking, I start out with a block like this, and I'll give it a rough shape. I know some people like to draw out the lines on it, and honestly I just get it centered somewhat on the lathe and I turn it and I go by feel. I just cut away until I like the shape. Some people, they like to plan it out more. Me, I have started learning just by turning, and you know, you can have a small piece like this. It's kind of a lighter color. And you can also have this massive. I mean, look at how big that is. It's huge. Piece of briar. This is a little older, I believe. The briar, the longer it sits, gets a little darker from what I've seen. And correct me if I'm wrong, feel free, go in the comments, but that's what I've seen. So I take a piece like that and I shape it out, give it a rough shape, and then you know, I put a bowl in there, and then give it the 10 in there, drill the air hole, and then start shaping a stem from acrylic stem. Now there are multiple different materials for stem, but the acrylic is really nice. It's got this really cool coloring, and so I generally will use acrylic stem material. So you've got this here, this nice red material. You see that kind of wavy pattern in there. Multiple colors. There's black. Got this brown, it's almost like bone colored. Then you have the one that actually does look like a bone, you know, almost like a horn. But yeah, that's a basic stem material. I don't always shape my stems. Sometimes I buy them. It sometimes is easier to deal with, because stem shaping is a lot of work, and my basic tools for stem shaping are vertical belt sander, and I get that to rough shape, and then I use files. And from what I've seen, most people, that's how they do it, but I'm sure there's a lot of other tools that could be used to make and expedite stem making. But these are a couple of the stems that I've bought. I buy here locally. I have a connection in which I buy stems, and they come in kind of like a rough shape like this. See that same acrylic material, and then I shape it. It's already got a shape here, and then I shape this on the mini lathe, or like this one here. See, kind of same color, same material, but this is really a rough shape. And we've got kind of this lighter color. And I'll show you one of the pipes that I use that lighter color on. But yeah, that's generally what I use for stem material. Starting from start to finish, making a pipe can take, you know, in my estimation, up to 3 hours if I'm just working on it, go. And that's everything. It might take actually quite a bit longer if you're shaping the stem yourself, but that's what I found. And I'm going to show you just a couple. Actually, I'm going to show you 4 of the pipes that I have made, not including this one that's really roughed out and it's not quite done yet. But I'll show you a couple of experimental pipes that I worked on recently, and actually those are pipes that I made a while ago. When I say recently, within the last couple of months. But I'll show you the most recent pipes that I've made that look so much better. But these are decent. So I have this here. It's a briar material, and then two different stem materials. And the reason I had to do that was the original tenon was probably about this long out to here, and it broke off when I was working on it. So this pipe became an experimental pipe. I also had to do some almost Frankenstein MacGyvering to get this pipe together. This is when I say experimental, this thing is very experimental. I mean, this has super glue. I probably shouldn't smoke it, so I'll let you know if I have cancer in however many years. But it looks nice, so I'm not going to throw it away. I'm also probably not going to use it ever again. But it's kind of a, hey, this is one of my first pipes I've ever made, and I'm going to keep it. So the stem portion that comes out here, actually I was incorrect. There are 4 different materials here. You got your briar, and then you've got 1, 2, 3 different pieces of stem material. So we have 4 pieces of material in this pipe. And the stem, oh, got a pipe cleaner in there. This is the stem. Now this, ironically, this stem was from the very first pipe I ever made in Japan. And this thing, here's the old bowl. This thing is so, the word for it is janky. My first pipe made by watching YouTube, and yeah, this thing is yeah, I don't really care to keep this one around. I'll keep the bowl, you know, I have it here, but this stem fit perfectly for this, so I decided, hey, we're gonna use that. Again, kind of another MacGyver Frankenstein pipe, and I say Frankenstein because I used a bunch of different pieces of briar and glued them together in order to keep the bowl, to keep it together. So another piece here, and if you see these lines, those are all different pieces of briar. And then also here in the bottom here, kind of hard to see, but you see that line? That's a super glue line. Anyways, this is one of the older pipes I've done from a couple of months ago, and the stem is this purple heartwood. I was experimenting with wood stems, and it works well, honestly. Again, a pipe I'm probably never going to smoke, just simply because it's got a ton of super glue in it, but I like to keep these guys around. They are something to look back and say, hey, that's where I started, essentially, more or less. Now I will show you a couple of the pipes I completed most recently, and these are 4 out of 6 that I just finished. Sorry, 2 out of 6. 4 I sent out already to happy customers. So this guy here is this big fat piece of Abishan briar, and it's got this just massive bowl, huge. So the person that is receiving this, he's really happy. He likes the massive look. It's almost like a hammer. And the stem is material that a stem that I bought and then shaped for this pipe, so it works well. There you go. I mean, just the cool part about briar is just the incredible grains that appear. And look at that grain. It's almost like it's like sun rays. It's really neat. And then you've got all of these little, if you can see these little bird's eyes. And the video doesn't really do it justice, but it's a really neat wood. And then lastly, this piece of olive wood that I purchased online at Vermont Freehand, vermontfreehand.com. I can leave a link down there. But it's beautiful wood, when I was shaping it, it smells like olive. It's incredible. So here it is, my olive wood pipe, and this wonderful pale yellow, almost gold stem material with it. Man, look at that, it's gorgeous. One of my favorites. This one I don't know if I can part with, so this one might stay around for a little bit. But yeah, also one of the things I've developed is threaded stems. Now I don't really know if there's a lot of people doing this, so I bought a tap set at Home Depot and started threading my pipes. And so here, I'll show it to you. So you got the threads in there, and then this here piece has threads as well, and it screws on there just like that, like a glove, and that ain't going anywhere. So it's really nice. I like that. I will probably do many pipes like that, and then I might, may stick to the traditional style of pipe and stem. So there you have it. So that's an introduction to some of the pipes I've made, some of the material I use. It's pretty basic, and I'm gonna make more videos. I'll make more videos where I'm actually making the pipes and giving tips and things in the processes, just so that you can see. And yeah, hope this video was somewhat informative. Hope you can start looking around and looking at YouTube videos. I'll give you some terminology that you can use and start your pipe making journey. So I look forward to making more of these videos for y'all, and leave a like and a comment, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video.